How does a guy go from sitting 90 and struggling at a mid-major D1 to the Friday night starter at a top 25 D1 in 1 year? I'm Craig Stem. I'm a performance coach here at Trey Athletics. Let's get into it. So today we're going to talk about my guy, Trey Peters. Now, Trey signed up in the middle of last season, and when I looked up his numbers, I could totally see why he signed up. He was in the middle of a pretty forgettable season for Gonzaga. He had only thrown 17 innings, gave up 38 hits. That's 20 hits per 9. So when I see numbers like that, I can reasonably assume that his fastball is not very good and he doesn't have a very good breaking ball either. He also allowed 7 home runs in only 10 appearances. I did a little bit of a deep dive into some more advanced data and saw that the whiff rates on every single pitch were really, really bad. His best pitch was his cutter. The lowest hanging fruit was definitely that fastball profile. So when I first talked to Trey about what he wanted to get out of this thing, it was mostly around cleaning up his mechanics and figuring out who he needed to be as a pitcher. He needed a lot of guidance. With him being in the middle of his season, I didn't want to touch the mechanics too bad at first, so I kind of let him do his thing, and then as soon as the season was over, he came in-house. Now, Trey was only going to be here for 1 week, so he had to work quickly. The first thing I had to do was just watch him throw a pin, not going to say much to him, just let him do his thing. In that pin, he topped about 92 miles an hour, which is exactly what his top was throughout the season, and he was sitting around 90, just like he always has. After that first pin, we start talking about the mechanics. The first thing I notice when I'm watching Trey pitch is his back leg direction. As he's coming down the mound, you can see him kind of loading into his quad here, and that's going to set his direction to be very much towards this third base side. Your body is very smart, and it can feel this back leg getting down that direction. It is going to eventually compensate and take the upper half and pull it this way to try to get this pelvis open to the target. With that in mind, I have some great drills that can help Trey fix this. We tried a whole bunch of different drills, but the one that really stuck with Trey is called the closed janitor. The closed janitor is a simple feed the flaw drill that puts Trey in the position we don't want him to get into, this quad load, and tell him to get out of it. So as you can see, he steps forward, and as he is sitting back, he is instructed just to try to let this back knee get in line with the ankle, and we're going to try to get this thing to rotate straight down and get the pelvis wide open. So you can see here that is a much better lower half direction, and he was feeling that really, really well. When we came out for the next pin, it was obvious that we were on the right track. Just 3 days after that first bullpen, he came out and started throwing 94 to 95 miles an hour and topped at 96, a new indoor PR for Trey. So the velo itself tells you that things have cleaned up, but we could also see some things in the lower half start to get a little bit better. We can't expect him to get perfect in 3 days, but if we can trend it in the right direction, I feel really good about Trey leaving tread and getting into his season. So you can see here that as he gets into foot strike, he's starting to get his pelvis a little bit more open, getting a really, really good spinal extension here to really catch the arm and pull it through. 96 miles an hour was the top on the day, but most impressive part of this was he was sitting 95 the entire time. So Trey left tread with a ton of confidence and then entered the transfer portal to try to find a new home. He ended up landing with the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers, my alma mater. Trey had an awesome fall at Western and ended up earning the Friday night starter job. He was up to 97 miles per hour and was drawing interest from some MLB scouts in their fall scrimmages. I want to give a big shout out to the staff at Western Kentucky because Trey named them as a key difference between last season and this season. Operating as a Friday night starter, the ERA is way down, the hits are way down, the home runs are allowed are way down, and in general, he just looks like a totally different guy on the mound. A few weeks into the season, Trey started to have some knee discomfort, and that triggered a move to the bullpen for him. That might have been a blessing in disguise because his second or third bullpen outing, he came out and started throwing 96, 97 miles an hour for the entire outing, punching out 5 in 2 innings. That's really valuable for Trey because now he is showing MLB scouts that he is versatile and can pitch in multiple different roles. So the extra velo allowed Trey to be a lot more confident as a pitcher. Extra velo also makes all of your other pitches better. Now this year, he's still using primarily fastball, cutter, and slider like he always has. He's having a lot of success right now with that pitch mix. Now that he's looking to get drafted, as his coach, I'm looking forward to how we can make him a pro. So I'm seeing in his arsenal a curveball that he doesn't use very much, but has really, really good metrics. So as we are trying to get Trey to think about what it's going to be like to be a pro, all pro hitters are going to be able to hit 95 mile an hour fastballs. So it becomes a shift to where you need to throw more breaking balls and they better be good. Right now, Trey is focused on helping his team win their conference tournament and make a deep run in the playoffs. But as he gets into the summer, he's going to be looking to improve this mechanics arsenal a little bit more, get some breaking balls, and then you have a complete pitcher who's throwing in the upper 90s with a bunch of nasty breaking stuff that he can throw in the zone anytime he wants. And at that point, he should be ready to be a pro. So I'm super proud of Trey. He's a crazy hard worker. Remember, he was only in-house for 1 week. And this is a testament to how well remote training can work if you're committed to it and follow through. Get a little bit of confidence in one area, it bleeds into all the other areas, and by the end of the day, you're a new pitcher. If you think you may have some low-hanging fruit in your mechanics like Trey did, click the link below. Thanks for watching. See you next time.